Hi guys, welcome back to the world of Mummy and Oscar B. I will, darling. Today is Saturday, the 11th of March 2023. We've got a shopping haul from Asda delivery, which has just been delivered. Oscar B's not feeling well at the moment. I'm afraid he's got scarlet fever. And I'm a little bit annoyed because yesterday... Yeah, your cousin's had it. I don't know if you can hear him. He's so quiet because of his throat, bless him. He says it feels like he's got a ball in the back of his throat. But he's had the headache. That's now gone. But he's not had a fever, thank goodness. But he has got the rash, the white tongue, and the sore throat. So I've called a doctor yesterday because yesterday morning it started up with his sore throat and I could hear that it was turning into something. Obviously, I've known Oscar all his life and I know when something's going to turn into something. So I called the doctor and told her that at the back of his tongue it was white because that's all it was at that point. And he had a sore throat. Anyway, she didn't want to see him. It was a locum doctor, I think, because I didn't recognise the name. And she said, in 2 or 3 days, I'm sure he'll feel better. If not, then come back to your GP surgery on Monday, or call 111 over the weekend if he's no better. So anyway, yesterday afternoon, by yesterday evening, when we went to bed, his tongue was like coated with white, all the symptoms that you get with scarlet fever. Slight rash, it hadn't come on then. He was tired, he went to bed. He seemed finding himself, had cowpole, woke up this morning, rashes everywhere. Yeah. I think it's scarlet fever. He said, why is it called scarlet fever? I think it's because of the colour of the rash, being that you turn red with the rash, basically, and your tongue goes very red as well. So yeah, this morning he's not feeling great. I've called 111. I've explained, she said, what the lady on the first call said, what's the most pressing issue with him at the moment, like what's affecting him the most? And I said, well, his sore throat. So she's asked questions about sore throat and she said, it's come up that you can manage at home. I said, what about the rash and the white tongue and headache? And she went, well, let's do the rash separately. So she puts the rash in and says, oh yes, you'll get a call back from a clinician. Fair enough. Gets a call back from a clinician. I have to go through it all again. She was a bit more thorough. And then she said, okay, I'll put you down for a call back. I said, from who? She said, from a doctor who can issue a prescription. I was like, this is crazy. I'm pretty sure I've called emergency doctor before and we've not gone through all of this. I didn't say this to her, but this was what was going through my mind. I'm pretty sure I didn't have to go through 3 people to get a prescription. Anyway. So that she then says, but that won't be till around 6 o'clock. It might be earlier if they're not so busy, or it might be later if they are busy. I was like, okay. She said, you can take yourself to the walk-in centre, but that won't be until after 2 p.m. So I'm assuming they have time slots for all of this. And I said, oh gosh, because everyone I know sits there for hours, like waiting. And I'd rather keep him home in the warm because it's cold. So by the time I've been there at 2... wait a few hours, might as well wait for the phone call. So anyway, she says it might be earlier than that. If they're not busy, they'll call you earlier. I said, fine, fair enough. So now we're waiting on a doctor to call back. But she said, yes, he is presenting scarlet fever. The whole thing's just thrown me out, how it's taken a whole day for someone to issue a prescription for antibiotics for scarlet fever, which... you think they'd be on top of pretty quickly. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm sure you've all got differing opinions, and that's fine. We're all different, and we all have different opinions, and that's great. So at this moment in time, I'm encouraging Oscar to keep drinking because it's hurting. He's not so inclined to, but you are at the moment, aren't you? He's taking little sips now and again, so that's okay. He's managed a barney cake this morning, but it was the last one, hence why there's another packet in the shopping. I amended this shopping last night, and a lot of it is to suit Oscar. Soft foods. Yes, it's junk food. Yes, it's processed food, if you want to put it that way, maybe. I don't think processed, maybe. I don't know. But at the moment... Pardon? Oh, yeah, I'll tell them that in a minute. So, at the moment, literally, whatever he wants to eat, he can eat. I'd rather he ate a packet of crisps than nothing. So, anyway, here's the haul. He's asked... Oh, before we do that, he wants me to tell you. I've got to ask the doctor for that Difflam spray. You know what you spray at the back of your throat? I'm sure other sprays are available. Although I don't think they are. Anyway, so that he can eat, because he wants to eat, he just can't because it hurts. So, here we go. Here's our shopping haul. This is what you all came here for. 5 minutes later, we've got around to it. But he's okay in himself. He's just a bit, like, tired and not so much energy. But, I mean, he's okay in himself. He's not, like, drastic with it. But the sore throat is affecting him a lot. He did get a new toy yesterday. He got a new toy yesterday, which was a Playmobil quad with a trailer for a medic trailer. So yeah, he's doing all right, aren't you? Yeah. He's just not feeling 100%, bless him. So let's get on with the shopping haul, because that's why you're all here. I've got a big bottle of Imto, because the smaller bottles, 1 litre bottles, have gone up to £1.75, and that big one there was £2.50. So I thought, well, might as well get a 2 litre bottle for 75p more, because that was on offer. Usually £3, but it was £2.50. Orange juice. I did order an orange juice and an apple juice. They didn't have the apple juice, so they sent another orange juice. So I've actually got 2 of these. So I better start drinking orange juice this week. Good job I'm not in a hive flare-up, because if I'm taking 4 fexofenadine a day, I can't have orange juice. But anyway, again, it's another story. I digress. You all love it, really. Hearing what we're up to. I've ordered this. This is another thing that's annoyed me, right? This was on offer for £1. It's usually £2, right? When I first started buying Crusher, they were litre bottles. Then they went down to 800 mils. Then they went down to 750, 790, and then 750. And when I look at this one, 740. They've taken another 10 mils off. Anyway, that's for Oscar to mix with warm milk, and it is sugar-free. See, to mix with warm milk, so that he can have a hot chocolate without actually having like a hot chocolate that's full of sugar, because at the moment he can drink those as well when they're lukewarm. So I should be making him plenty of those during the day. Plus it's milk, which is good, because if he can't eat food, at least he's getting nutrients and that from the milk. So all good. I have got these. La 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 la. I didn't think they'd come. I honestly didn't think they'd come, because normally new products, we get them quite late in our store. So either this came from a different store or they've caught up. So yeah, these are the new Slush Puppy drinks. This one is blue raspberry and that one is strawberry. But I won't be trying those. The idea was that we were going to try them and do a product review, and I would put it at the end of this shop. But poor Oscar, because he's not very well, we won't do that, because he can't drink them. Because I've got a feeling the fizzy would actually quite hurt trying to swallow that when you've got a sore throat. So we will move on to that another day. I have got this milk for making Oscar's bits with, like I say, because if he's not eating properly, at least put some whole milk in him, we'll get some down him. I've got this one, which is my usual filtered green top. We haven't had green top for a while, but they did this time, so I'm happy with that. Got some of this shopping away. So we've got all of that. And then on to the rest of it. There isn't much here, because I've still got food like in the fridge. There's still minced beef in the fridge, and I've got a pizza in the freezer. Pizza. What else have I got? Sausages, and obviously now I've got bacon. So I've got plenty of food in. Chicken fingers. I've got some. I can't think what I bought. Chicken schnitzels in the freezer. Plenty of other food stuffs in the freezer. I mean, between the freezer and the cupboard, freezer, fridge and cupboards, if I didn't need to buy fresh food, we probably got enough dinners for 2 weeks, so that's good. I always like to have that. I like to keep that, so touch wood, nothing bad happens, but if it did, at least we're covered for food. So we have some more of these. We both enjoy these, but again, I don't know if he'll be able to eat them. But they go till my birthday. Such a little thing, but I love that. So they go till my birthday. You just bung them in the microwave and then toast off a muffin and you're done. I have got chicken and vegetable pies. I love these. My favourite chicken and vegetable pies are actually Bird's Eye, but they are £4. £4 for 4 pies. When I bought them probably not even a year and a half ago, they were like £1.89 and these were £1.50. So anyway, these were two for £3.50, but I only got one packet, so that's those. What else frozen have we got? I don't like the way that's rattling on there, so let's move that. What else frozen? Let's do the frozen bits. I have got some crispy hash browns. I know I got hash brown fries yesterday, but they are not the same when we're doing an all-day breakfast, and Oscar would like a normal hash brown. So we've got normal hash brown. We have got whole green beans. Because I pay £1, right, for a packet of fresh green beans. And you get like maybe one dinner from it, 1.5 dinners from it, by the time you've topped and tailed and all of that. These were 89p, I think, for a whole bag. Like, this 750 grams, that's got to be like 4 mini bags worth. So anyway, I've got frozen ones. And at the end of the day, they've all been topped and tailed as well already, so there's less work for me to do in it. So, and I'm all for that, less work. We've got crunchy and sweet carrots. We've got no potatoes today, other than the roast potatoes that I'm about to show you, because I still have more than half a bag of potatoes in the fridge. So we've got crunchy and sweet carrots to roast. Where are them potatoes, actually? I've got these to go. The idea was to do a roast beef dinner tomorrow, but obviously with Oscar not feeling so great, that's not going to happen. So they will be saved. The 16th is, when's the 16th, everyone? Thursday. I'm sure he'll be able to eat a roast dinner by then. Or I can just cook them and mix them up with loads of gravy so that they're mushy. So we have got sliced chicken and ham. Again, I feel terrible. This is what Oscar chose for his sandwiches today, but he's not going to be able to eat it. But we got them. So anyway, it looks like I'll be having chicken and ham sandwiches all week. We've got breaded chicken mini fillets. How many's in there? 4. So they were to go in pockets, but they go till Friday, so they can just sit in the fridge until Oscar's feeling better. Or I'll just cook some up for myself, because obviously I still need to eat a proper meal where I can. Yesterday I ended up having, he had very runny Weetabix, and he still struggled with that, so I gave him an ice lolly to numb the back of his throat, and then he was able to finish his Weetabix, so he was happy because he loves Weetabix. We have bacon. I was just looking at it. Yeah, it's not the best. I wouldn't have chosen it because of that there. I'll end up cutting that bit off. But anyway, that was a sub for their extra special bacon medallions that I usually get as part of an offer with the chicken. It's 2 for £5. I still got the offer 2 for £5, so that's okay. On to the next thing. We've got apples for Oscar for school next week. We have tomatoes upside down. Oscar went on to cherry tomatoes for a little while. Now he's gone off them again. He's asked for the big ones, which I chop up into bite-sized pieces. So we've got those. They're from Morocco. That bag is now full. We move on to the next one. We have 3 melon lollies. 3 melon lollies. We have crisp and juicy watermelon fans, and they actually look very nice. But again, I'm not sure if my little legs is going to be able to eat much fruit, because it can be quite, like, when you've got a sore throat, fruit can be quite acidic, so it's quite sharp at the back of your throat. Got 2 lots of these. Obviously I'm only showing you one, you don't need to see 2. I do have 2 of these. Strawberries. And I also have 2 grapes, which are the Timco variety from South Africa. Then, moving on, we have Peppa Pig yogurts. Again, thinking of Oscar. He has these anyway, but thinking of him, I ordered some extra. There's got some in the fridge, but, you know, maybe you can eat a couple of those a day. I've got these for me to go with my grapes. I've still got 4 in the fridge, but I need 7, so I had to order 1 more. Let's put these away. Look looking at my lovely lemons, flowers, lawnmowers, peppers. Lemons, flowers, lawnmowers, peppers. I did indeed say that because it's Lidl, and we all know that Lidl, like Aldi, has middle aisles that sell the most random items. So you can indeed go in there sometimes and get lemons, flowers, lawnmowers and peppers. So moving on to the soft stuff for Oscar. We've got some more of these Barney cakes. He absolutely loves these, always has done. So I've got some more because we were running low. He's had the last one this morning, so he's got those. That's all he's had today. One of those and some drink. Muffins to go with the breakfast patties. We have Hovis bread. Can't reach. Beef Space Raiders and Cheeto Puffs, because although we have enough crisps in, they're all hard crisps like Walker's and the McCoy's Ridge. Not actual McCoy's, they're the Ridge ones, the dupes in the shops. So yeah, we've got those. But I've just got him some Cheetos and some Space Raiders because they're soft and they melt in the mouth. Hopefully he'll be able to eat them. And then these are his ultimate favourites when it comes to biscuity type, not biscuits, but biscuity type products. He loves these. So when he's feeling a bit better, maybe he'll be able to eat one of those. But again, we were running low. We've only got one left, so I've picked up some more. I've got him a notebook so he can practice his writing because we had his parent-teacher meeting the other day, and the one thing that he needs to concentrate on is his writing because he's doing well in all other areas and reading off the chart. So we're happy with everything else. It's just his writing. So I've got him a notebook so that he can practice staying in the lines, finger spaces, and slowing down when he's writing so that, because he gets, like his teacher said, and he does it here and I've noticed it, he gets such an idea in his head and he wants to get it all out on paper. So he writes at speed and forgets like full stops and commas and spaces. And then you read it afterwards. And most of the time I can understand what it says, but sometimes I need a little bit of translation by Oscar himself. So yeah, dairy milk buttons again. For if he, he can suck on those and they'll melt in his mouth. We always have buttons in anyway, so I was getting them this week anyway. Cowpo, obviously, because he's in pain. Bless his heart. We've got evaporated milk for me. Now I know I got the last one. The last one, I don't know if I said. I probably did at some point. I basically thought, I took Oscar to school during last week, and I thought, I'll have a cup of tea with evaporated milk, because I love that. Congratulated myself that I'd tidied the tin cupboard and I knew where it was without getting other tins falling on top of me. Poured it in, made a cup of tea, was rank, because it was a cheap version of evaporated milk. This is also a cheap version of evaporated milk, but it goes very nicely with jelly and fruit. So I've bought that to go with jelly or fruit. And as Oscar's not feeling very well and probably won't eat the fruit, it will probably be going with strawberries and watermelon. So Weetabix. Obviously, I always like to have a complete packet as a backup because Weetabix is fantastic if you're not feeling well, or you've got a sore throat, or you just don't fancy a big dinner, but you don't really want savoury products like food-wise, noodles and stuff like that, but you just could go a bowl of cereal, but you also need something warm. Then this is perfect with warm milk. Although my favourite is Weetabix with freezing cold milk. That is how I absolutely adore to eat Weetabix. So yes, we opened a packet last night, so I added these to the shop so I'd have my spare in reserve. 15 eggs and $1.99 they've gone up to. They started at $1.50, I think, and then 2 weeks ago when I bought some, they were $1.75, and today they're $1.99. And I'm just wondering how far the shops are going to go with this price increase of everything, because like I've seen the Bisto gravy, the big one is £5, and I'm thinking, £4.55, whatever it is, and I'm thinking that's crazy. Where does it end? Someone has to step in and say that's enough. Like, you can't keep increasing the price of things, but then at the end of the day, the big wigs are making the money out of it, aren't they? So I guess it's never going to end. We'll end up paying. I know in America they at the moment are paying stupid amounts for eggs. And I'm moaning about $1.99, and those of you across the pond are probably thinking, you should think yourself lucky. We have to pay like $50 for 15 eggs. And in some places, that's probably no joke. And I feel for them, I do, because eggs are a staple. And you need eggs for everything. For cooking, for baking, for eating. You know, like, it's crazy. And the world's gone mad. It absolutely has gone mad, and eventually it's got to stop. I firmly believe that eventually it's got to stop, and things have got to settle back down to a near normal level, what we know to be normal, because, you know, it is happening slowly. It is happening slowly because the certain things like the strawberries went right up to £2.49 for that little punnet, and now they're back down to £1.75. Although I'm pretty sure the minute the British strawberries come in, which could be any time now, that price will go back up to £2.49. But I don't mind paying that for British strawberries because they are delicious. Anyway, again, digressing. So yeah, something needs to give, and this price increase week on week on week needs to stop. There's too many people out there who are not able to feed their kids or themselves, you know, because of the cost of things. It's crazy. Anyway, hopefully that'll all turn on its head before long. So that was our shopping haul. You've had a bit of a whinge from me. You've had an update on Oscar's health. Poor little thing with scarlet fever. I must be feeling really rotten on the inside, you know, like, because it can't be nice. But the good news is NHS England does say that once you've had scarlet fever, you're unlikely to catch it again. So that's a good thing. We take the positives where we can. So that's our shopping haul. And I'm now going to put it all away and find some lunch for me and some lunch that Oscar can eat. Maybe a bowl of Weetabix. Do you fancy a bowl of Weetabix? Not yet. He's not really in the mood for eating. As long as he's drinking. That's what they said on the phone as well. As long as he keeps drinking, it's fine. So I'll get this put away. He's got a bit of a cough coming now as well. I'll get this all put away. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for subscribing and liking and all your comments. And I do try and reply to each one. If I've missed anyone, I'm really sorry. My notifications doesn't always tell me that, you know, people have commented. I have to go looking. So hopefully I've answered you all. Mr. and Mrs. Gonk are still there with baby Gonk. Thank you again to who's ever suggested that they need a baby. I can't remember who it was, but thank you. And this has been our shopping haul. We'll see you during the next week for the next one. Tuesday, I'm only going out for fruit and bread, so there won't be any shopping haul there unless I take myself off to town, in which case there might be a bit extra because I'll pop in Marks and Spencer's and get some hot cross buns. Oscar's laying on the sofa, so it looks like nap time for Oscar, and I better get some Calpol into him before he goes to sleep. So we'll see you for the next one, which is likely to be Friday or Saturday with the next delivery. Thanks, guys. Sorry for rambling. I'm very tired. Bye.